Chat, we're gonna watch this hour and 30-minute long video regarding Mizkif and Emiru. I'm not ready for this. Let's just do it.
So, I mean, you guys can probably tell, but today's not gonna be a normal stream. Not gonna, watch videos or play games or anything today. I kind of just have a bunch of stuff that I wanted to talk about, and then
Hour and a half,
I'm probably
yep.
just gonna go offline after.
That's completely fair. If I had to talk about this shit for an hour and a half, I would also not continue streaming right after that, like nothing happened. I would immediately go offline as well. Holy fuck.
But yeah, it's I mean, you guys know, I've been streaming for 10 years. Last week was kind of the first time that I ever really spoke about a topic or something that happened to me. And honestly, I'm really glad that I did, and I'm proud that I did.
Also, by the way, chat, before anybody asks, this is for my dog. I tried to give him a bath. I don't know if you could see it.
And
it's completely halfway down my back too.
I feel like I have to see it to its conclusion, if that makes sense. Not just for myself, but in a way, I kind of feel like a lot of people are involved, because it doesn't just affect me. So that's why, sorry about my voice. I'm very, very nervous in case you can't tell. But I knew that this stream had to be done today, so yeah, pretty much, yeah. So I guess might as well get started. Not, stall too much or anything. I know there's a lot of people here who don't normally watch, and if you're wondering, yes, I do normally run 20-minute intros. And yes, my community at least.
Hey, I'm the real one here. I'm the real one. I meant to play the whole sound effect, but it just. I'm the real one. I'm the real one that watches every stream, bro. Not the whole thing, but at least I watch part of the stream.
Claims that they like it. I think that they like it. I like playing songs for you guys, but anyway, yeah, anyway.
Gooner?
We don't like it? Okay, well, whatever. Anyway, I'm probably gonna stop.
I'm not a gooner, bro.
Stop reading chat now as well, but I mean, you guys are free to say whatever you want.
I need to stop with the sound effects. This is a serious video that I'm supposed to be recording right now.
Obviously. So, yeah, like I said before, it's been a pretty crazy week, and a lot of things have happened, since the last time that I streamed.
Yeah.
In relation to what I talked about last week, the whole
Fuck this stupid ass hat. I'm not wearing this.
Some other things happened that kind of pushed me to talk about a lot of things that I want to talk about.
My
today.
hair is just disgusting.
As you can see,
so sorry.
I wrote out my notes, and not only that, I have even more notes. So, yeah, if it seems like I'm reading a script or something, it's because I wrote super detailed notes because I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything.
Yeah,
so,
that's fair.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay. So, I think everyone knows about last week, the stuff that happened at TwitchCon. I was
my back
assaulted,
hurts.
and the guy was able to leave the venue, basically.
Yeah, and Twitch did nothing about that. They just banned him from TwitchCon. They didn't I still don't even know if the police were even involved at all. That's the fucked up part. That man should have been arrested. Also, other people should have been arrested that haven't been, or banned from Twitch, or have their YouTube channels banned. But no, YouTube's never gonna ban people. They'll just restrict their channel to make them not make money. They'll still allow them to post. Twitch will still allow people to go live because they make them money and they don't have any morals, and yep. And then famous people don't get arrested because they're famous and they can pay off the government. Fuck this world, bro.
Okay, so like intro first thing that I want to talk about is I
Rich people never lose anything and they get richer. If they have a bad reputation, they just replace it with other people that don't know their reputation. It's fucked.
did see the Twitch tweet that I believe went out yesterday. I was literally in a Discord call with my friends and they were like, "Did you see that Twitch apologized to you?" And I was like, "Wait, what?" So yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is they put out that tweet. I was never apologized to privately.
Nope.
They put that out without like consulting me or anything. I didn't know that they were gonna do that, so that was yeah.
I'll try not to pause too much because this is gonna take a year. Wait, Emiru is Mizkif's ex? Apparently, yeah. I did not know that until today. I had a suspicion back in like 2022, when they were making a lot of videos and stuff together. I assumed that they were dating, but they never came out and said that, and now she is explaining the whole thing. Basically, their whole relationship and how it went wrong.
Level of accountability, but there's a lot of things that they didn't mention in the tweet that I feel like should have been mentioned. But anyway, more stuff's been happening behind the scenes.
By the way, chat, I've already seen parts of this. Like I watched things that XQC made clips about. So I know some of it, but I don't know the whole context.
So I want to say that last week, everything I said on my stream was accurate, obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously, except for one thing. I was wrong about one thing. I was going over the tweet that Twitch initially put out, where they're like, "Oh yeah, this thing happened to a high-profile creator. Police were on site. We're cooperating with law enforcement investigations." What I was wrong about was they were not cooperating with law enforcement investigations. I found that out on Monday when I got a phone call from the San Diego police, and they were talking to me, and they basically said, "Hey, we can't really do anything right now because
I'm gonna try to snooze as many ads as I can, but I can only do it 3 times, and I've already done it once, so this is the second time. So the third one, I'll skip, but after that, there's just gonna be ads every so often, and I can't really do anything about it. I'm sorry.
Currently know the name of the guy, but they're not giving it to us until a warrant goes through. Which, if you know anything about that stuff, it usually takes a while. Even if it's expedited, which it was being expedited for me, but it still takes a lot of time. And they're like, yeah, they're refusing to give us the name, which as far as I'm aware is like a very common company thing.
Yeah.
Where they'll be, they don't want to give out names of potential people involved in crimes because then like that person could maybe like sue them for giving their name to police. I don't know, something like that. That's what my lawyer said. But basically, they were Twitch was trying to make sure that the guy that assaulted me didn't sue them, which meant that the police were not able to work on the case right away.
Yep.
So yeah, I got a call about that on, I believe it was Monday, from the San Diego police. They were like, yeah, we're working on the warrant, but like right now, that's like all we can really do, but like we're trying our best. Just like want to let you know, we're gonna keep in the loop and everything. I was like, okay. I was very frustrated because I was like, damn, like I didn't know that on Saturday. I would have said that if I knew. And then I believe it was the next day. There was someone who, I don't know if they were a viewer or if they were just someone who like knew of the situation from social media. They contacted my manager, and they basically told her that at their place of work, someone came into their work who matched the description of the guy, and this person was saying like, oh, I'm traveling to Texas, and I caused like quite a stir at a TwitchCon, and this person like reached out to my manager, reached out to police, San Diego police interviewed them. But basically what I'm trying to say is because all this stuff was delayed, this guy was able to get really far away from San Diego, allegedly.
Yeah.
And this whole time, my manager was like, basically like begging Twitch, like, dude, like, please give us his name. Like, we don't know who this person is. Like, for all we know, he like lives around where Emmy and her roommates live. Like, I can't like help her if like I don't know who this person is, and they were refusing to do it. But after that
that is fucked up, and I didn't even think about that. What if the man does actually live near her? And if they try to pursue legal action, he could literally go and do something to her that's worse than what he already did. Oh my god.
Person who said that the guy came into their workplace and was talking to him. My manager demanded the info from Twitch, so they did end up giving it to police, but not my manager, as far as I know. She still doesn't. Yeah, so the investigation's still going on, but it's like been a huge mess because of all of the delays and like refusal to work with the police. And yeah, it's ongoing. I can't like say too much about it. Like, all this that I'm saying, obviously I like ran by my lawyer and stuff. And I do want you guys to know that Melissa has been making sure that, you know, me and my roommates, who are obviously other pretty well-known girl streamers, that we have been safe here, paying for like security stuff, making sure we're
Thank
protected.
God.
Again, my manager's been taking care of that all of her own. Twitch did not offer anything like that. And yeah, that's where it is right now, pretty much. I can't say like too much about what, you know, me and my lawyer are doing, but my hope is really that there's some kind of like public resolutions that people who like have seen this and like know about everything that's happened can feel better about it. Because like I said, I don't feel like it's just about me. Like, it could have been anyone that it happened to, like a small streamer who's not as lucky to have the resources or like, you know, the reach that I have. So it's very scary, and yeah, just very, very frustrating. And yeah, I don't know where that's gonna go. I'm sure that, you know, they're probably, I would speculate, not very happy with me for talking about all this, but I feel like it's not fair to keep it hidden from all the people who literally had to witness it because of Twitter and Reddit and all these things. I mean, I'm not complaining about that, obviously. You guys know I was super grateful that the guy posted it, got, you know, spread around so that I didn't have to figure out how to talk about it myself, but
thank God it was recorded.
It's a lot. It's been
Nah, whoever that guy is, he's gonna go down as a living legend for recording that and helping with this whole entire thing.
Really heavy this week, but obviously I've been getting a lot of support from my friends and other streamers, and obviously my manager, the people that I work with, my employees and such. But yeah, I don't want to just let this be a thing that I think that they're hoping it just blows over and gets like swept under the rug. I'm not gonna, you know, go live every stream and complain about it like, oh, you know, I got done dirty. I'm not gonna do that, but I'm gonna try to the best of my ability, keep you guys updated until there's like some kind of resolution, you know.
It's insane. Bro, she is the most popular female streamer. And this is what she goes through. Regularly. And like, we haven't even gotten to the worst part that she talks about throughout this video. I just feel so bad. And like, this is the culture that is being created. Not just on this website, but on the internet in general.
So, yeah.
Yo, thank you for the follow, Gabriel.
Pretty heavy, intense stuff. Yeah, it's been. Sorry, I'm just looping myself now. But
I'm not sure what you're saying. Sorry.
yeah, I would hate if like this kind of just went away and people were like, "Oh, what happened?" I don't know. Am I gonna go to TwitchCon next year? And like if something happens to me, it's gonna, they're gonna try to hide it, basically.
No, ever since last year, I said like, not to mention I'm broke as fuck, so I'm not gonna ever go to TwitchCon ever anyways. But ever since what happened last year at TwitchCon, I just never had any plans on going to a convention like that. No. I don't even care if I'm a bigger creator at any point. No, it's not happening.
Yeah. So there's that.
TikTok got me up to speed? Yeah.
Give me a second. I have some more stuff I want to talk about, but I'm trying to not rush myself because I'm trying my best to stay composed to the best of my ability, so that I can get to the information across accurately.
I don't know what you're saying in chat. I'm sorry.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for, support and stuff. Like, honestly, it's been shocking to me, because, I don't know. I guess, like, whenever things happen, I always just kind of expect the bare minimum outcome, if that makes sense. So, yeah, I've just been very, very thankful. Very thankful and, very grateful, and, I hope that, whatever comes out of this makes other people feel better.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what they're saying in my chat.
I'm done with going to TwitchCon. Probably done entirely with convention stream.
I don't know. I don't think when they put 3Ks in a row, I don't think that's what they meant. But at least I hope not.
So I feel like it's just time, and I think that's probably true for a lot of streamers. The climate has, really changed. I've been on Twitch for 10 years, like, I keep fucking repeating myself recently. And yeah, it's changed a lot.
He might be racist. I have no idea.
Just, the reality that you have to
he was saying something that might have been Spanish earlier. I don't know. I can't understand what they're saying.
But, maybe it's not a bad thing, because, can go back to rotting playing games in your room. It's not so bad, right? Retirement? No. Not retirement. Definitely not. Because I'm the kind of person, I'll never give up. You're not gonna make me give up. So, yeah. Oh. Fortunately, I'm not done yet. Like I said.
Hopefully she can move past this and not let it dictate her life or career. Emiru, exactly, bro. I like, what just happened like a week ago or 2 weeks ago or whenever TwitchCon was, and then she's now having to talk about this right after. And like another streamer who was accused of sexual assault 3 years ago just came back today, ironically. His allegations were cleared. Even the person that accused him said on Twitter, "I wish him the best in all of his endeavors in the future." And it's like, okay, so that person just lied and ruined the last 3 years of this man's life. Okay. Awesome. I'm glad to see he's back, I guess. But then this comes out on the exact same day that he comes back. It's insane. And now Mizkif's probably gonna be gone either for good or for the next 3 years. And it's like, bro, how is so much shit all happening in the same month? And like, how do so many insane things happen on the internet that I have to go through? Well, not go through, like, I'm not experiencing this shit, but I have to comb through in explain or go over or make videos about, and it's at some point I wish this stuff would just stop. Damn, Poggers community is kind of interesting. In like a this shit that's happening is horrible. Yeah, it is interesting, but like it's also depressing as fuck.
Just give me a bit. Was worried you were gonna quit? No. And
Yeah, I don't think Emiru is
I
the
don't
type
think
of
I'm
person
gonna
to
go to any
quit.
other platforms because, I mean, first of all, where would I go? And
Really, the only place for Emiru at this point would be YouTube. She has a big enough channel on YouTube that she could easily just move to YouTube. But then she can't listen to music, then she can't react to most videos. And like the things that people would want her to react to, she couldn't react to live on stream. But like I know she's not moving to Kick, she's not going to Rumble. Those places would eat her alive. Yeah. There's really nowhere else for her to go other than Twitch, as sad as that is.
second of all, I really think that, you know, this is something that was just, I mean, this is just me, you know, being optimistic, but I feel like it was just a case of like, you know, we didn't realize that these things could happen.
Somebody said go to
And,
Facebook.
we
What the
don't want them
fuck?
to happen, and like, you know, things will be better. And I mean, I'm not gonna leave you guys because of, you know, something that someone else did. I mean, yeah, there's like
Twitch is the best streaming platform. Their PR's ass though. Yeah. No, it's the best streaming platform in terms of discoverability and viewership, but in terms of everything else that comes along with Twitch as a platform is horrible.
other places that, you know, I upload content, but Twitch is like really my home.
Yeah.
That's why through all of this, I feel like most people, you know, I mean, I did make a tweet, but like it was probably like 10% of what I needed to say. A lot of people make a tweet, make a YouTube video. That's why I've chosen to do all of this live and like raw, because it's just what I'm most comfortable with and what I've always done. So yeah. Oh, sorry, my like emotional voice is so ugly. Yeah. I don't know. It's just crazy. I just never thought.
Someone in her chat said, "Why is she crying?" Bro, what do you mean? You've seen the shit she's had to deal with. Granted, at this time in this stream, they didn't know about the Mizkif shit. But still, you've seen all the other things that she's had to go through. What do you mean, why is she crying, bro? Like, what the fuck?
Things like this would happen, or I'd ever be doing a stream like this. It just feels very strange because it's just very out of my element. I've never really, like, for the most part, commented on drama or like self-inserted in situations, but I guess in this situation I'm kind of like stuck in the middle of it. Again,
I'm not gonna lie, chat, I need to get a water or something. I need something to drink. I'm not gonna lie, all of my cups are dirty, and I don't have a water bottle right now because that's also dirty. So we're just drinking straight out of this fucking gallon jug.
it's my will. So it's like if I don't do it, who else is gonna do it?
Subscribe so I have money to buy water bottles.
I'm just gonna take a second. Sorry, I said that like 4 times, but this is it's a lot. I hate drama streams. Me too, man. Bro, like, I could have come home. I could have worked on beating Cinna and Clint's fucking Mega Bonk scores. Now look what I have to do.
I feel that, bro.
Annoying. I had to cancel my plans.
Yeah, like, I would rather be playing fucking Guardians of the Galaxy right now. Not saying this isn't important, obviously. I'm saying it's important, but, like, rather than having to cover this right now, I would rather be playing Guardians of the Galaxy.
Which reminds me, I don't think there's gonna be a Halloween stream this year. I don't think that's realistic with kind of the vibes of things right now.
Yeah.
But I mean, is anyone gonna be mad at me if I do like, you know, like a Halloween in November thing? Or I mean, there's always next year, right? I mean,
Phineas and Ferb did that winter and July thing or whatever the fuck.
yeah, I mean, things happen outside of your control. So, yeah.
Yeah,
It's just
we're about to
crazy,
get
but-
into it, but horrible things have happened.
I mean, thank you guys for listening to me.
God.
Listening to me talk and complain.
We still have an hour and 13 minutes left. Well, like an hour and a half. An hour and 15 minutes,
appreciate it.
approximately.
So, the next thing
Bro, I'm so dehydrated, I've barely drank
At the
anything this
end-
whole day.
of my last stream, I said that when I got home, I would be talking about some other things that
Yeah.
I really, really did not want to talk about. But I feel like those things, developing independently of their own from the TwitchCon incident, have gotten to a point where I kind of feel like I have no choice. So,
I'm not gonna lie, this platform and most of the people on it
I've,
deserve to burn.
already seen
It's-
a lot of people
I'm done with it.
speculating about
I'm going to
what I'm gonna be
continue
talking
streaming,
about,
but
and
I am done
some
with
people
these
have been
big
right,
creators.
but even for the people who were right, they were only like 5 to 10% right. I don't think I've seen a single person online who knew or understood the severity of what I want to talk about today. And I want everyone to be aware that I've been handling the situation very seriously, and I've spent a lot of time thinking this over.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, I've been in contact with a lawyer. I had them review everything that I'm planning to say today,
W lawyer.
because I wanted to make sure that if I was going to do this, I was going to do it right, because it's so serious. And I feel like it's going to change things forever. And so today, I'm finally going to be opening up about and telling everyone sorry, I swear I'm not trying to like make this dramatic or something. Like I said, I really wish I were not feeling like I had to do this. Just give me some time. I'm gonna be doing a lot of, I guess you could say, like, fourth wall breaking in a way, and talking about things that I thought would always be personal, and just, you know, I would just carry them myself. Today, I'm finally gonna be opening up about the psychological and domestic abuse, stalking and harassment, sexual assault, and threats of blackmail that Mizkif has done towards me.
Yep.
And some of these issues which are still ongoing.
Fuck, man.
For the entirety of this year, I have attempted to separate myself from him and not talk about him at all, and not talk about this issue, and just not make it a public thing. I always tried my best to keep this to myself, but like I said, I feel like it's gone to the point, which I'll explain later, that I feel like it just has to be done. And I have always believed in not condemning people or starting drama online. So I'm sure a lot of people are going to be asking, why am I doing this and why now? And I would like to explain that before I get started so that people understand what prompted me to do this today, and that it's not just on a whim or something like that. Okay, so like I said, I took a lot of notes, so forgive me if I just end up reading off my notes. The first and probably most severe reason is that one of the rules that I set for myself a long time ago about withholding this information was that if I ever felt like somebody else was in danger or being hurt, I would then make myself speak about it. And 2 weeks ago, actually 3 weeks ago now, I was informed by 3 separate people, one of whom was present for said incident, that he had done something similar to something that he had done to me.
What?
And to someone in LA at the end of September. And this person is not a streamer or content creator, but obviously that does not matter. And because of this, I cannot in good conscience sit here knowing that I know critical information about someone that almost no one else does and not say anything. I think that most issues and dramas should stay private and off the internet. And I still hold that belief to this day, and I will hold that belief going forward. However, there are certain things that cross the line, and I say that the line has been crossed too many times to be count. There's a point where I believe that people deserve to know.
Absolutely.
I think that at a certain point, if you know a lot of things about someone and you don't say anything to look out for others, it's wrong. It's wrong to keep it to yourself. I don't want what happened to me or what has happened to other people because of him to happen to other people. And I don't believe he will ever stop behaving the way he does. But regardless, yeah, like I said, one of the main reasons I decided to do this stream is to come out about all of this because I can't hold on to it any longer because it feels wrong to do so. And an honorable mention reason for why I'm doing this is that for a while, he has been indirectly threatening me through my friends and people that I work with. They've informed me that he said that if I ever talked about anything he did, he would try to create a smear campaign against me in retaliation. I was told that he even approached other streamers who were close with us back when we lived together, asking them if they would join with him, and they all refused. At TwitchCon, he approached one of my employees, threatening them and saying if I ever talked about him, he would destroy me. Multiple people have told me that his plan was to claim that I kill animals and that I killed my own rabbits, since I had several of my rabbits pass away over the course of 3 years while I lived with him. I'm sure he's probably listening now, and it's probably going to come as quite a shock to him that this information made its way back to me and that I've known for months. But if you try to threaten me to stay quiet, especially using my poor dead animals, I'm not going to stay quiet. Okay. So now that I've explained all the reasons why this took so long and why I made the decision to do this stream, I have a few more things I would like to get out of the way before I start talking about all of this.
Okay.
The way that I'm going to do this today is I'm going to run through everything from the beginning to the end to try to get across the story as accurately and fully as I can. And, hold on. Hold on. I'm also going to be showing a few screenshots validating what I'm saying, I have more things, but this is what I felt comfortable using today, and I will be running through those later. Another thing that I'd like to mention before I start is that during my statement, I'm going to be mentioning directly the names of about half a dozen other creators who were present for certain things. And I want to say that none of these people did anything wrong. I'm just saying that they were there, and I've asked all of them permission. They all said that it was fine to include their names, but I know this won't stop everyone, but I ask people, for the streamers that I mentioned, please don't go bothering them or asking them for more information. If there's something else that they want to say, they'll say it themselves, so there's no point to go pester them and bother them about it. There are also streamers who gave me permission to share things that they relayed to me privately, but asked me to redact their names, which I, of course, did. And the last thing that I want to make clear is that not every person that I interact with or that I'm friends with knew the extent of all of these things. And in fact, most of them didn't. And some of them didn't even know anything at all. I tried to keep things private with my close friends, but if anyone during the past year ever approached me asking questions, I didn't lie and I told them the truth. But yeah, I don't want there to be some kind of witch hunt like, oh, you knew and this. No, a lot of people, didn't know everything or didn't know anything. Okay. I think that's all that I have to get out of the way to start. So, this is public information. I initially moved in. Sorry. I'm still sick, like I said. Okay. This is all public, obviously this part. I moved in with him. I believe it was the end of 2021, because he offered. I was living alone at the time, and I was having stalker issues in Kansas, and I mean, you guys know like all the stuff that happened there. I ended up joining the org and everything.
Yeah.
We did a lot of streams together, and I mean, a lot of people already know this, but I'm just gonna come out and say it. We started dating. We were in a relationship starting January 2022 after I joined OTK. I'm not planning to go into too much detail about the start of the relationship because
it's crazy that like no one actually like knew this 100% for certain until basically today. Like, this shit was never confirmed. Man.
It honestly doesn't really matter at this point. It's irrelevant now. The only things that really matter that you guys need to know for the story are that it was, one, an extremely private relationship.
Yeah.
It was even hidden from friends and people in the org, but I mean, obviously people all eventually figured it out. They're not fucking stupid. And second...
Oh, I guess I'm fucking stupid. Oops. That was an indirect diss. Sorry.
It was an extremely codependent relationship, which it's not the issue, but that's just, making that clear for details. He initially portrayed himself to me as someone who was very nice to girls and wanted to help me feel safe from stalkers and wanted me to succeed as a teammate, and we grew very close over time, and I was very dependent on him for feelings of safety, social life, like my stream, my job, everything.
Man, look how broken she is, even trying to say some, like, kind things about the start of the relationship. That's how you know that it went bad and then it was bad.
So, yeah, besides it being a
before
very
she even explains any
relationship, the start of it was fine. I saw a lot of people mentioning this. They thought this was what I was going to talk about. It's not a secret. I think everyone who paid attention knew that he was very controlling over what I wore, to a degree, who I was friends with, and even when I would stream. So, when it was definitely slow over time that bad things started happening. At the start, it would be things like, for example, he would throw bottles, like plastic bottles with liquid in it, not like glass bottles, at me, despite me telling him like I didn't like it and it scared me and I bruise very easily. He would throw his phone at me. I would tell him, you know, it scared me, I don't like it. And one time it even hit me in the eye, which caused me to get a black eye.
Oh, fuck.
He always,
fuck no.
you know, was like, oh, it's an accident. And I was like, oh yeah, it's an accident. Like, you know, of course I'm not gonna think that, you know, he's, yeah, I just, at the time, I just kind of...
Yeah, it's an accident. I've thrown my phone at somebody before. There's no possible way that could be an accident, obviously.
No, I just brushed it off. And looking back now, I feel like that was kind of the start of him testing...
It was my brother, by the way. Before anybody says anything.
My boundaries, if that makes sense.
I got mad at my brother, okay?
So that was already kind of starting to show signs within the first 6 months of me and him being close. And then, again, a very public situation. The end of 2022, the cover-up allegations happened. I mean, yeah, like I said, all that's public. You can find all that, see like what I said during that, everything. After that happened, his behavior started getting a lot worse, which, I mean, I suppose it makes sense. You know, he was very stressed. A lot of stuff was happening, but the bad behavior was ramping up, and I feel like it's so apparent if, like, you know, you go back and watch anything from that time. I tried so hard to help him and be there for him because I really believed in him and I wanted him to, you know, get better and get back on his feet and be the person that, you know, I always believed that he was. But that unfortunately did not really happen. For a long time, I think about a year and a half from when that all happened, it was kind of like slow.
Yo, thank you for the follow.
Slow things getting worse, but I mean, honestly, I'm not even gonna bother going into the details of all of that because there's just too much to cover, and
Okay.
it's honestly kind of not really relevant to the rest.
Fortnite card. Who wants it? And yes, I'm giving it away.
Thank you.
The rest of what I'm saying.
Thank you for
because
that.
The rest of what I want to say is a lot worse. There was a point where things really took a turn for the worst. Like, it felt like, you know, like a very delicate branch just kind of snapped. So,
Okay. $19 Fortnite card.
And again, a lot of people are like vaguely aware of this, but I'll explain it for people who aren't, you know, chronically tapped into all that stuff. So for a long time after the like cover-up allegations happened and he was like starting to kind of struggle on his stream, he never wanted to stream at the same time as me. Like, we really avoided it. And to me at the time, it made sense because, you know, I was like, well, of course, like, you know, we share a lot of community members. If we're live at separate times, we're both going to perform better. You know, it makes sense. But, yeah, we were never really live doing the same thing at the same time for a long time, with the exception of, like, things like events or sponsors or, like, you know, just special things. for a very long time, and a lot of you guys probably noticed that I would only usually stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. That was because of him. And now I stream whenever I want, but the first time that we ever streamed at the same time was for the 2024 Rust Kingdoms event on Twitch. We were sharing drops.
Wait, so I heard about this. That I didn't realize that was the first time. So this happened on the first time that they happened to be streaming together. Oh my.
It was the first time in a very long time that we were both going to be live at the same time.
Oh, the first time in a
doing the same
while.
thing,
Okay,
basically.
never mind.
I know you're probably like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? But it'll make sense in a bit. So I'm live, he's live, we're both streaming, and like I said, you can go find all of this. This is public. There are clips of this. We're both streaming the Rust event, and I thought it was going really well. I thought everyone was having fun. I was like, oh, this is great. Everyone's, you know, doing the same thing at the same time. We're all hanging out. You know, we're gonna have fun.
Yeah.
Like, I was really, really excited. And then.
Yeah, that's what you would think. Like, you would assume if everyone's gonna play a game together that you're all gonna have a great time. Apparently, jealousy has other ideas.
I start seeing in my chat, people start saying, unofficial Miz raid, and I'm like, what does that mean? And then I check my Discord messages, and he's messaging me. He's saying, like, Emmy, you know, I'm gonna kill myself, I waited, or I'm gonna KMS, I waited so long for this, etc. Basically he was upset because I had higher viewership than him.
That's the most insane part. You're gonna kill yourself because someone has higher viewers than you? You know how people say, like, touch grass? Like, actually, my boy, I'm sorry. At this point, you should just get a life. And I know that's rich coming from someone who's on the internet currently covering drama. Serious drama, but still drama. And internet beef. Like, bro, just stop. Just stop and go get a life, please. I'm sorry.
I had higher viewership than him. And like I said, this is during an event. So there were drops. Like, everyone knows when there's drops, like, it's not even fucking real. But yeah, he starts messaging me. He's really upset. I tried to tell him, I was like, bro, you should come back and play. Everyone's having fun. Everyone's like wondering where you are. But yeah, he ended his stream. And then I'm still live, you know, trying to act like nothing's wrong. And in that house, I had a glass door so I could like see this was happening.
Yeah.
He was walking behind me, making sure that I knew he was there. And by the way, so there were many ways out of that house if he wanted to leave the house that were closer to his stream room. He intentionally chose the door that was right by my room.
So I was watching this streamer earlier, and he got to about this part, and he was saying, like, this type of stuff, it sounds bad, but it's not that bad. And I'm like, are you even listening? Like, this guy was a dumbass. The guy that I was watching earlier cover this. That's why I decided to get on my fucking stream and actually go over this. Because, like, if there's people out there that are watching, and up to this point, they're 37 minutes into the fucking video, and they're like, sounds like you did nothing wrong. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Bro, like, are you actually brain dead? I need to stop with the sound effects.
I feel like that's pretty apparent, at least to me. He starts walking behind my stream and slamming the door so loud that my noise gate can pick it up. so even people on my stream are able to hear this is happening. And he slams it so hard and so many times that the front door literally broke.
Like, it's not even about physical abuse, it's also about emotional abuse. Because that's what she's about to talk about right now, is the emotional abuse before the physical abuse.
It didn't work for months, and it would just make this horrible sound that I would have to hear, like, every fucking day. But anyway, so I hear him back there doing this, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I tell my stream, I'm like, hey, guys, I'll be right back. I get up and I go talk to him, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? And he's like, Emmy, like,
I don't know what that means, I'm sorry.
All you guys do is just take from me, and, like, I'm just done. Like, I'm just done. And I was like, is this, like, really happening because of rush drops? And he was like, I don't know.
I used to have a translation bot in my chat, but I don't know why it doesn't work anymore. Sorry.
To do. He was, like, going off on me, like, basically saying that he hated me. And I was like, well, I don't know what to do now. And he was like, go finish your stream so that people don't know anything's wrong.
Oh, yeah, totally normal thing to say.
I stop in the bathroom outside my stream room, and I'm like, you know, checking my makeup, trying to make sure.
Go finish your stream so people don't know that I'm causing you mental trauma. Oh my god.
People can't tell that I was, like, crying. And I'm only in there for like 30 seconds, and he comes and, like, looms in the doorway. He's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, I'm just checking my makeup. So I go back and I stream for a couple hours, to finish the stream, do my best to just, like, you know, carry on the show, basically.
Chat,
yeah,
please follow so I can
that,
buy some
like
cups
said,
instead of drinking out of a gallon
really
of water.
Bad. It was like something just snapped. For the rest of the week, he streamed the Rust event. He got all the drop viewers. I'm sure he was very happy. I mean, good for him. And during that time, I obviously was, like, thinking and processing a lot of what happened. But, I mean, it was a lot because this person was at the time, like, kind of it was, like, my partner and my best friend, and, like, the only person that, like, I really talked to ever, or, like, at least off stream. So, I mean, it was just it was a lot. But the very next stream, I went live about a week after that, and I announced that I was planning to move, because I knew that I would have to move.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I have to go live and say this so that, you know.
And I actually remember watching that video, saying that she was going to move, and then seeing the move, and then seeing the new house. I remember all of this. I just didn't know what was going on at the time. That's the fucked part.
I didn't move out right away, but after, like, all of that Rust stuff happened was when the other domestic abuse stuff really started. He would destroy furniture in front of me. He would throw things in front of me and near me. Destroy walls. Again, you can go see this in some of his VODs in his bedroom, the holes in the wall. There would be times where he was upset at me, and I would go to my stream room and literally lock myself in to get away from him, and he would be banging on the door and screaming at me. And at the time, he also would more often do things like going, like, if we were driving in the car together, he would be going, like, 150 miles an hour, and, like, one time he even said, like,
God damn.
Well, now we're both gonna die.
What the
like,
fuck? Man. God damn it, man. What the fuck?
Threatening to kill both of us. And this wasn't, like, even necessarily because of me or, like, because of something I did a lot of the time. Like, one of the times that it happened, it was because we were just getting food, and he was on his phone, and he saw that Mr. Beast had put out a video, And Mr. Beast had invited another streamer, and he was like, oh, Mr. Beast invited this guy to his video, not me. And I was like, oh, well, no.
This part was crazy. I don't think I've seen this. I heard about the Mr. Beast thing, but bro, he gets jealous that another streamer is invited to Mr. Beast's fucking video. Oh my god.
I'm like, huh? Yeah, I guess so.
Bro, like, if anybody in here is a streamer, or anyone watching this video is a streamer, don't become like this. Please, I pray to God that no one else becomes this fucking dependent on this website. And this dependent on their fucking success to validate their self-worth.
Led to him going 150 miles per hour in the car and talking about killing himself while doing it.
He was gonna kill himself because he didn't get invited to a Mr. Beast video. I want to gouge my fucking eyes out.
Then at home,
so I never have to
other
look
things
at
would
this
happen,
piece
like,
of
I'd be
shit
trying to sleep,
ever
and
again.
he would scream at me and say that it was all my fault that he felt insecure. There was a time that I walked into a room that he was in, and as soon as he saw me there, he threw his phone at the dresser and started yelling because I had posted a YouTube video within the same couple of days as him, and mine was doing better. So basically, I felt like I was kind of stuck in a loop where I felt like I had to constantly perform and like prove my value to not be thrown away. But at the same time, if I ever performed too well, I was gonna be punished for it. And it just felt like a very rough situation to be stuck in because, I mean, streaming is my hobby and my job. Like, it's a huge part of my life, even before, you know, I met him and became like a larger creator. And
so literally, here's what happened: is he used her to become successful for multiple years, and once she started being successful, he got jealous enough to say that he wanted to kill himself and cause her mental abuse. This is the most manipulative fuck I've ever seen.
I remember thinking all the time how it felt like he hated me, but he still wanted me around for his channel and like his thumbnails and everything.
Yep.
And this is still before I moved out. There was a time where it was the tension in the house was so unbearable that I would sneak out and I would sneak into Esfan's house using my code. And Esfan didn't know why I was doing this. He saw me a couple times. I'd be like, oh, I'm just gonna go take a nap in your guest room. He'd be like, yeah, that's fine.
Oh my gosh, bro.
I would sneak into Esfan's house just to have some time of like peace and quiet.
It was so bad she was sneaking into her friend's house because she didn't want to have to explain to him what was going on because she couldn't. And she just wanted to go somewhere where she could be okay for an hour or two. This is insane.
But eventually, he figured out where I was going, and he would go over to Esfan's house to keep telling me off. And there was, a time that he did it, and, I was laying in the guest room bed, and one of the roommates in that house had, come to see, like, why I was crying, and they were standing in the corner, and he came in, and he was very physically aggressive. He was like,
oh
Emmy,
my.
like, what are you doing? Like, angry. And then as soon as he turned and saw this other person standing there, he instantly, like, deflated and changed his tone. He was like, oh, Emmy, I was wondering where you were. Like, are you coming home? And, that roommate, like, later asked me about it, and they were like, what the fuck was that? Like, are you okay? And I was just like, oh, it's nothing, because
She can't even tell the person that saw this happen. What are you doing if you get with a girl like Mizkif that acts the way that Mizkif does? Never talking to that person in my life after that. And most likely reporting them to the police. But she's bad as fuck. I don't give two shits. I don't care if the girl's hot. If she's a horrible human, then no, I'm not dealing with that.
I felt like a lot of the reason that
That's what you meant, right? If she acts like him?
Because I felt like no one would understand, or even if they understood, it would just be a burden to them, because all of our streams and social circles and communities are so intertwined. I was like, maybe it's just better for me to deal with this and like hope things get better, basically. I honestly don't even remember what the final straw was that I finally was like, okay,
Okay,
it's time
good.
to go. Like, I
I was
prepared
making sure that's
the
what you were
house that I
saying.
lived in before this one, like, pretty much immediately after the like breaking the front door thing happened, but I was still like scared and unsure. So I don't remember what the final straw was.
Wait,
but
I was gonna
remember-
say, didn't she move somewhere and then move again? She's moving like a hostage? Yeah.
I remember the day I took Cheddar to the house, because he just randomly started like screaming at Cheddar and was like, get that fucking cat out of my house. So I just grabbed Cheddar and put him in my car and grabbed his litter box and took him there, and I just left him there and never took him back to that house. And then I think like within several days after that was when I finally moved out. It was on very short notice. Like I said, I don't even remember what the final straw was because so many things happened, but there was a time when I just knew. I called some movers. I said, hey, can you come tomorrow? And they were like, yeah, and then I literally
Isn't Mizkif living in LA now or some shit?
moved the next day.
If anyone in chat knows, let me know. I don't remember. I don't watch that fuck anyways.
Moving out.
I have not watched him since like probably like a year and a half ago.
The last house that I lived in was a huge
I'm definitely
step
not gonna
for me
watch him now.
because, like I said, a big part of why I moved into the first house in Texas in the first place was because I felt like it was the safest option for me, because, you know, I am a girl where it's like kind of scary for me to be living alone. So it was very hard, and at the time, even though like all these other things had already happened, I was very hopeful that me and him could be cordial and like eventually like things would be fine, at least publicly, like for stream reasons, that, you know, everyone could just keep streaming like nothing had happened. And, you know, at the time I thought that would be the best thing to do, and I felt like if I, you know, separated myself from him without explaining anything, people that watched us wouldn't understand and would attack me. I was yeah, I mean, it ended up happening anyway. So, but yeah.
Sorry if I keep
after
rubbing my nose. I feel like there's like dog hair in my nose. I gave my dog a bath earlier, and I don't know if you could see that on my shoulder, but yeah, didn't go very well.
I moved out, we, like I said, still kept in contact.
Kinda
I
hurts.
had hope that somehow things would get better. He would always beg for me to come back, and he would promise therapy and change, and like even talk to other people and like kind of present like, oh, I want to change, I want to be better for Emmy or whatever, you know. There was a short period in October where we had broken up because
So is this why he immediately moved out of Texas as soon as Emmy moved?
honestly doesn't matter now. And when that happened, I honestly felt relieved because I was like, okay, finally, it's like on his terms. So that means he'll be satisfied and he'll be able to say it was his choice, and he'll leave me alone. Because whenever I would try to push for it, it just felt like I couldn't like really sever it, if that makes sense. But I mean, obviously, hence me doing this stream, that was not the end of it.
Yeah. Unfortunately. Fuck.
A week after this breakup, he asked to come over to my house and talk for closure. He came to my house and
Rosa Manchild? Yep.
Crying like crazy because the emotions were just very high.
He gets mad over like view counts like a fucking child. Like a TikTok Gen Z person. And I'm pretty sure he's almost 30. Bro thinks he's Homelander.
Because I was dealing with a lot of major shifts in my life as a result of attempting to start to try to distance myself
100%
from him.
accurate.
He, so yeah, we were just talking and I was crying a lot.
This is crazy as fuck. Yeah, I know.
Try to comfort me by hugging me while I was sitting on the couch and holding me really close to him. And when this was happening, we hadn't talked in quite a while, and I'm usually very uncomfortable with being touched a lot by people that I'm not in a relationship with. But I let him hold me while I was crying. And he started kissing me in my face, and I let him do it. I was still sobbing a lot. And then suddenly he tried to climb on top of me and aggressively shoved his hand down my pants.
Here we go. Alright. I'm not ready for this, bro.
And I screamed. Yeah. And when I screamed, he jumped off me like a cat, like. And instead of apologizing or checking if I was okay, he said, "I feel weird now. I feel like I did something wrong. I have to go." And he immediately left my house while I was still crying. Without
Okay, saying I feel like I did something wrong is obviously, it's an admission of that didn't feel right to do, I fucked up. But then immediately leaving, that makes it way worse. Like, you could have at least apologized and been like, I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry. That was fucked up of me to do. It's still bad regardless. But at least you would have tried to do something to make this situation better. If it can even be any better by apologizing from that.
checking if
Do you guys understand what the fuck I'm trying to say? I'm not explaining it very well.
it's okay or anything.
I'm not saying it's okay, obviously.
I was still making excuses for him, and I was still afraid of causing trouble for other streamers around us.
I'm so bad at explaining shit like this. It's actually horrible. I am not cut out for this.
Like, you know, making things weird for viewers. I know that probably sounds crazy, but like I just felt this pressure, like I had to try to keep things together, if that makes sense. I felt like I'd caused trouble for so many other people if I ever said anything bad about him, or if I caused rifts in our friend group or streamer group. I tried to stay on good terms with him and hold everything in, and also I still cared about him a lot, and I still at that point had hope that things would get better and that, you know, he would improve. And he'd also always hammer into me how he never physically abused me because he never hit me, and he would coach me and tell me to tell people or other streamers who were asking about it because they were concerned. He would say tell them that I never hit you, make sure that they know that I never hit you.
That's a normal person thing to say. Make sure to tell everyone that I never physically abused you. Make sure if they ever ask, deny, deny, deny. Say no, surely that never happened. Sir, I'm not sure what you're saying. That's what you say, Emiru. Me, Mizkif, I'm telling you, Emiru. Tell everyone that I didn't do anything wrong to you. That way I won't say that you kill your animals. Like, bro, what? What are we doing? This is some real evil shit.
Around the same time, this was during OnlyFans 2, so I guess like December.
That's like a drunk dad? Yeah.
He would often message me in the middle of my streams and berate me for things like playing the same class as him in WoW because he thought it would make people think that I was better than him.
Bro is manipulating people like fucking Light and Death Note.
And again, like I said earlier, I felt like I was stuck in a constant loop where I had to perform well to not be
Except
thrown
he's
away.
bad at it.
But if I performed too well, I was gonna be punished. And I actually wanted to show some of those messages because obviously a lot of these things I'm not gonna fully read these out because I honestly just don't want to read them out, but I feel like I want to show them to like kind of show what I'm saying.
Okay, wait, we got messages. Let me read these. Alright. How can I not tank as a warrior in dungeons because you aren't a tank? When I said I don't want to be a tank, I meant I don't want to tank in raid, which is still true because I don't know what I'm doing. You do not need to tank into what? Don't ever pull aggro. Emmy is better. Emmy this. I can't have anything. Emmy, what the fuck?
And I am planning to probably post the VOD of this somewhere, so if, you know,
I'm so confused by these messages. Am I dumb? I might be dumb.
you want to read this later, that's fine, I guess.
I might actually just be brain dead.
And again, this was all happening while I was live. You can literally go find the stream and see me trying to deal with this while I'm live in the middle of a dungeon, trying to just play the fucking game. Oh fuck, I think I...
Wait, so this is a screenshot of them arguing because Mizkif is mad that people in chat are saying that she is better at tank than Mizkif, and Mizkif didn't want her to be tank in the game. And so he's mad at her and basically texting her saying that he hates her is what I'm gathering from this. I don't even know what game they're talking about, but I don't think that really matters. The game.
Tank Emmy, do it. Let me handle all the hate, the criticism, the you're worse than Emmys. The Emmy is so much better. The people saying you're better in every chat. The comparison says nobody will ever be on my side. Let me deal with it. You have fun. I asked you not to become a tank. You didn't listen. And now it's the classic, what was I supposed to do? I'm not dealing with this. And like I said, you can go find the stream. But for context, I was playing Warrior in World of Warcraft in like a level 24 dungeon. It was like Silverpine. Like, it was just like, it wasn't even like, it was like dog shit gameplay, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, it's not even that deep. But like, he makes it that deep, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah, you can, read that later, I suppose, if, yeah, like I said before, hold on. I was constantly trying so hard to compromise with him because I wanted to be cool and I wanted us to be able to coexist in the same streaming sphere. But I felt like I could never win, and he hated my whole existence, like ever since that one stream where I had like a little bit more viewers than him. And he would say that it was my fault that his stream was dying because most of his viewers liked me, and whenever he hit on another girl, they would be confused or not take it seriously because they knew that me and him were together privately. And he said if he would be able to hit on other girls and convince them that it was real, he would get his career back. That was like, started within the last couple of weeks that we spoke to each other.
This shit is just unhinged,
he started,
bro.
Saying terrible things to me about other streamers in Austin. In particular, one specific streamer who, I know there's a lot of people that know he has beef with certain streamers. It was not one of those streamers. It was someone who, to this day, has been nothing but nice to him. He would say horrible things about this person, like, about them in their stream, and it was just...
What?
It was very hard to listen to. And just in general, he would say horrible things about other streamers in Austin, like, I quote, "I hate everyone here. You are all useless to me. You're worthless to me because it does nothing for my stream anymore to collab with any of you." And him saying that was the final straw for me. The day that he said that to me about other people was the first day that I ever, for the first time, started to ignore his calls and messages. And, because of that, he even...
Bro, like, we all knew he was a leech, but we didn't know it was this bad. That he's quite literally just using everybody. And he's quite aware of it. Like, completely aware. Not quite. He's completely aware that he's a leech, and he only uses people to further his career. And apparently he's used Emmy in more ways than once.
Threatened to come to
or
my
more
house
ways
and I
than
didn't
one.
answer. But I did end up calling him back, and I spoke to him, and I basically told him that I felt like I could finally see things for what they were. And he started panicking, and he was super...
I'm sorry, Enoch, but what the fuck are you saying in chat right now?
...apologetic, and he was saying he didn't want to lose me, which wasn't the first time that he, like, did something like that and was, like, you know, basically begging me not to leave. But that was definitely the most extreme time. And again, like I said, I always had the hope that things would be cordial, or that, you know, we could be fine with each other, so I agreed, and we agreed we were going to talk about all of that. We talked about it about a week later, and instead of apologizing for anything, he basically told me that he realized he needed to go to Japan and LA to get his viewership back up.
Oh
and
my
he
God.
was basically too young to focus on friendships and relationships.
Holy
And
fuck.
it was I mean, despite everything, like I said, I still cared about him. So
Oh. Well, that's an ironic thing for me not to be able to decipher then.
it was still hard.
Damn.
And,
Anyways.
I mean, it was like a mix of feelings, you know, like I was devastated, but I was also so relieved. But because of the past incidents during like other fights and times I would try to separate myself from him, past incidents during those times of him manipulating me into staying close with him and giving him more chances, sexually assaulting me, the abuse, and just him generally not being a very nice person. After that, I decided that the only solution and way for me to move forward, I made the hard decision, but I know now for sure the right one, was to finally completely cut contact with him.
Yes. And
I knew it'd be very hard because
everyone should as well. Also, I just saw the Iced Coffee Hour podcast with Mizkif was put out like, I think it was either today or yesterday, like right before all this shit started. It was either that or it was 5 days ago. I don't remember. I just saw it get uploaded, or not get uploaded, but I saw it on my recommended videos to watch. So I kind of want to go over that, but that's like a 2-hour fucking podcast. So I don't know if I'm going to watch the whole entire thing, but I think it's insane that bro was on a podcast, like one of the biggest podcasts on YouTube, and is now getting canceled. Like immediately after that podcast goes live.
our careers and our community.
He also talked about allegations on that podcast. They said that in the title. So I'm very interested to see how poorly this entire podcast has aged.
Communities were so intertwined, but I knew that I had to do it and that there was no other choice. So I have not spoken
I might
to
just
him
get no sleep,
since
to be honest.
January of this year. It's been 10 months. But you think that's the end? It is unfortunately not.
Yeah.
I haven't spoken to him since January of this year.
Man.
It only took a couple of weeks, but soon the messages started. He has attempted to contact me over 40 times individually this year in individual texts, Discord messages, Instagram DMs, and phone calls. And I'm just gonna show those.
And how much you want to bet those were for PR purposes? I'm just curious to see what happens to this guy on the internet, because the entire like Twitch website is turning against him again, and we saw how it went last time. So I hope it doesn't lead to suicide, because it almost did last time. But I suppose we'll see. We shall see where this goes. I'm very nervous.
And at first,
And the reason I say that is because no one deserves to kill themselves. No one deserves to get killed. Justice can come in the proper way, you know? And I've seen people making death threats or telling him he should kill himself already on the internet. Guys, don't do that. I know you want swift justice to happen, but that is not the proper way.
At first it starts simple, be confusing messages, or like him expressing he was worried about things. Like, at first it wasn't anything weird.
Man, she's got all the receipts, man. This is insane.
This is not someone who loves or cares about you.
Is she gonna go through all of them? Or was I supposed to pause and look through them as she was going? If so, I'm gonna have to go back and read these. Oh, this guy is obsessed, obsessed. Holy fuck.
And keep in mind, this is only things that he sent to me. I can't document all the things that people told me that he was saying. And, it's just kind of a funny side note, I guess. I would like to highlight this message. Because, doesn't really matter, but I ran it through a ChatGPT checker. And, all the highlights, like I said, doesn't really matter. I just thought it was interesting. But, yeah,
Oh man, she didn't read them. Damn, now I have to go back and go through all of them. Oh god, what is this one? Hey, just to make sure you don't have recording of me, right? I'm getting harassed that you do, and I'm assuming it's nothing. Do you know why I'm removed from everything? Why I'm kicked from OTK? Nobody's answering my calls, and I don't want to bother you, but I'm panicking and I don't understand what's happening. Can we please communicate so I don't feel isolated and hated in my own org? I just want to be okay with each other, and I can't read the rest of that. What's the next one? Hey, can we please oh. I just want to be okay and feel... I came home and feel terrible. It feels so odd that I cannot talk to you or anyone and just know what's happening. Can you please respond? I understand and will just leave you alone, but I really would appreciate if we can talk. I won't text you again after this. I really want to talk if possible. I know you don't want to hear from me, but I can't not message you. I still care about you. If you need to talk, I'm here. I'm so sorry. Like this happened. What? I'll be up all night if you need to talk. Can we please talk, Emmy? I'm sorry for what I said. Can we talk tomorrow? Hey, I found out you weren't invited to the party. I know you wouldn't want to go, but I didn't do invites. You were invited, of course, and I hope you're doing okay, and one day we can talk. Emmy, can we please talk? I really need to tell you things. I'm so sorry for the past few months. I'm so sorry for so much that happened. I need this time to be alone, but I really love you so much. I just needed to know what being alone, and I learned I need you. I don't want to be without you. I regret so much that hurt you and I left, but I know I needed it. What the fuck? Please call me. I haven't stopped thinking about you in months. I know. Oh my fucking god. I can't. How many of the same type of message did he send with no response? This guy is worse than Twitch chatters in Emiru's stream. I've been nothing but miserable without you. I love you, Emmy, and if you can't take me back, I want us to be. And if you take me back, I want us to be a real relationship. I want us to go on dates, to live together, to plan our lives. I want so much with. What? Wait. I want so much with you. Please just hear me out. I wrote out a lot of how I feel. I've been writing so much and learned so much about myself. Just please, if you can hear me out, I love you so much, Emmy. I've been crying every night without you, and I'm sorry I've done any of this. I've been so depressed without you. Just please call me. I'll be up. I will do anything for you. I will come back from Japan right now for you. Can you please answer me, Emmy? Just at least tell me you moved on. Hey, would you be willing to talk? Hey, I know it's been a while. I just wanted to say that I'm going back to Austin next week, and I think that you and I should at least be able to talk and communicate with each other. I'm gonna be also doing a lot of collabs, and I know you've been doing a lot of collabs lately, and I feel that we should be amicable with each other so it's not weird because we're both doing a lot of collabs, I'm assuming, and I feel like it would be really weird considering we were both also in the same org that we're just not talking to each other at all and have zero communication. Bro, he's just trying to weasel his way back in while also trying to do PR for himself. What the fuck? Oh my gosh. Okay, I don't need to talk to you about anything in terms of relationship. I just want to talk to you in terms of business, of course, and also just overall collaboration. So I think we should have a conversation if you can call me sometime this week. I think that would be great. I hope you're doing well. If we can't communicate and we're gonna continue to not talk, this is only going to get weirder and weirder as we're both invited to the same things constantly, and we're both involved in Austin activities. It's best for both. Can you please answer the phone? I'm sorry, not a day has gone by in these last 4 months where your final words to me don't go haven't echoed in my heart. I walked out the door thinking I knew what I wanted, but I was wrong. I told myself I needed to be alone, that I had missed out on being single in my 30s. Bro just unironically said he missed out on being single in his 30s. No one wants to be single in their 30s. What the fuck are you talking about? The truth is, I was afraid of commitment, afraid of what it meant to truly let someone in, even someone as beautiful and kind as you. So I tried to protect myself in the worst way possible. I pushed you away. I told myself to justify it. I said I was bored. I said a relationship would hold me back. I said I didn't want to be with just one person, but those weren't truths. They were shields I put up to avoid facing my fears and the parts of myself I hadn't yet healed. And in doing that, I lost you. Bro, is this the same shit that Maya had to go through after their breakup? I know our time together was far from perfect. My mental health weighed heavily on us both. I'm so sorry that what I put you through. You carried more than you ever should have had to. But I'm working on myself now, really working. I've started treatment. I'm on Lexapro and propranolol. I don't know what that is. And for the first time in a long time, I feel clarity. My emotions aren't running wild anymore. I think more clearly. I feel steadier. I'm learning to be the man you always believed I could be. Every night we spent watching shows, every silly conversation about cheddar, every time I walked into your room as you were about to go live, I cherished it all. Oh my fucking god. I cherished it all. You brought color and joy into my life in ways I didn't fully appreciate until I lost you. And I hate that I let fear and pain and pride blind me on how lucky I was to have you. Emmy, if you still have space in your heart for me, I would spend the rest of my life making things right, loving you the way you've always deserved to be loved. This time, fully, I am leaving for LA, but I would make it work with you even if we can start small. It's always been Matt and Emmy, and it still could be if you'll love me, Matt. Can we please talk while you're here? A simple conversation would go very far for both of us. The lack of communication is very confusing, and I've been wanting to talk to you for a while. Oh my gosh, bro. I can't with this fucking guy.
Like, him saying he was worried about things or saying no one was talking to him, which I don't think was even true at the time. I think he was just saying that to try to guilt me into responding to him. I'm not sure about that, of course.
100%.
This also extended to in-person interactions because initially I made the mistake of thinking that I only had to cut him off through private communication and, you know, we would be fine going to the same events and parties and such. I also had to start...
I just saw Mizkif is live now. Somebody in his chat said, bro, forget about Emiru, come out and move to Europe. What the fuck is going on? And why does he have 27k viewers in the first 18 minutes?
Hold on, I'm still fucking sick. I made the mistake of thinking that I only had to cut him off through personal, private communication, but I also had to start avoiding going to the same parties or places I was worried he'd be in person. Because this was after he came back from his first trip to Japan. There was a party that I attended several months
He's
after
currently
no contact with.
Oh my god, he's currently... Oh my... I just got like 3 ad breaks in a row. The third one was 9 fucking ads. He's trying to make as much money as possible before he gets banned.
Him.
This fucking piece of shit.
I thought it'd be fine. I thought it wouldn't be a big deal. I thought I'll just let him have his space. I'll have my space. You know, it's not a big deal. We're adults, right? During this party, I felt like he was following me around and monitoring me, but I thought that I was just being paranoid. I was like, it's probably just in your head. I was hanging out with Nick and Catchy and a couple other friends. And at some point, Nick was like, it's too fucking loud down here. Let's go upstairs. No one's upstairs. Let's just go, you know, chill in a room and like talk where it's not so loud. And I was like, okay. So they, as a group, went upstairs first without me, but it took me a bit longer to get up there because someone like stopped me and was talking to me. And I did feel like, I mean, he was like standing pretty close to that person. I felt like he was watching me, but again, I thought I was just being paranoid. But I went upstairs. I was hanging out with Nick and Catchy and, you know, our other friends. And then about 30 minutes later, the room that we're in, the door opens. It's Miz. He opens the door, makes eye contact with me, goes, ooh, and then closes the door and leaves. And I was like, what the fuck? But again, I was still trying my best to, you know, give the benefit of the doubt, like, you know, maybe it's just like an awkward situation or something. But a couple months later, the person that he was hanging out with that night reached out to me privately and was apologizing. And I was like, why? And they're like, I just felt like I had to apologize to you because I felt so bad and so embarrassed of what was going on. Like, yes, he wanted to see what you were doing. He was saying, like, I want to go see what's upstairs, and he was checking every room. And then after he opened the room that you were in with Nick, he closed the door and started laughing, and then he just wanted to talk about, you know, how you guys broke up for the next, like, however many hours of the night. So I was like, wow, okay, that's good to know, I guess. The next story, that I want to tell involves what happened to me, Valkyrie, and Cinna earlier this year when we were attacked at the Santa Monica Pier. Because,
That's completely fair. Yeah. That's another thing that she's had to go through another fucking traumatic experience in these last 5 years. And that was, I think, in 2025, this year.
Obviously, hold on, let me close all these fucking texts. I don't want to look at them. They're still on my desktop. Where was I? Yeah, so, yeah, it happened March 3rd of this year. A lot of people were talking about it, talking about how me, Ray, and Cinna were attacked. Which was not an issue. Like, we had no issue with that. Like, obviously, it's big news. People are gonna talk about it. It should be talked about. We had, like, no issues with anyone talking about it and covering it, and that included him. I was fine with that. He joined in on.
Bro, I don't know if you guys saw, but if I go to Twitch right now,
Emmy did this as well numerous times. She would constantly say she's going to kill herself in arguments, and I have a picture where while I had a gun pointed at one of her stalkers who came to my house while she was in Kansas, she told me she was going to kill herself out of aggression of the situation while it was happening.
yeah, he's currently talking about the same shit from his perspective, apparently. If that gets uploaded, I don't know if I'll watch it tonight because I got a lot of shit to cover and everything is going down right now, but I will cover it eventually if the stream gets uploaded.
That whole thing of people going live to talk about it. And again, I'd like to remind people at this point, we were already a couple months into me being no contact with him, making it clear I didn't want anything to do with him. And so during this stream, he was covering what happened to me, Ray, and Cinna. He decided that he was going to tell more of my personal stalker stories that I've never personally talked about or shared publicly myself. And one of these stories was one that, like, no one knew at all, and, like, it just felt so shitty because at the time that those things happened, like, you know, all the people that lived in that area together, we all came together and we all kind of decided, and this was heavily pushed by him, we should never talk about this because, you know, people are gonna be weird. It puts Emmy in more danger, and, you know, it gives people ideas, so we're never gonna talk about it. But, you know, of course, as soon as there's some big drama that he's not involved in, and he finds a way to, you know, bring up, oh, I was there for something that happened to Emmy, he does it. He was on a stream talking about these personal stories of mine, and I caught wind of it. And by the way, it was also so frustrating not saying anything at this time because the way he told those stories, he kind of framed himself as like the hero. He was like, oh, I held the stalker at gunpoint. No. The only person who ever came into contact face to face with that stalker before the police came was Bonnie. Bonnie is the person who found that guy outside, went inside, told everyone, called the police. The police came. All Miz did was he stood far away from the front door behind glass and metal with a gun. Yeah, I mean, I understand, still very scary, but why are you acting like if anyone deserves credit for that, it's Bonnie. Like, it's literally stolen valor.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I finally get to say that because she is the one who, like, kept everyone in those two houses safe, not him. Anyway, back to the original thing, the Ray and Senna stuff. I was obviously panicking, like, I just had this horrible thing happened to me the night before. It was like huge, like public, millions of people seeing it. And then my crazy ex-boyfriend is going live talking about more of my personal stuff. And I'm like crying, and Senna and Ray are like what's wrong? And I tell them, and I'm like panicking. I'm like, I need to call so-and-so, I need to call so-and-so, I need to call so-and-so. Like these different people that I was like, they can contact him because I did not want to contact him. So, Ray, Senna, some of me and Miz's mutual business partners, and Asmongold were all messaging him to stop. And by the way, Asmongold told me that he tried to call Miz while he was talking, and it rang 3 times and then hung up, which means that he saw it and he just wanted to be able to keep talking because, yeah, anyway, just a little note. I don't know exactly what, like, the other people said to him, but Ray and Senna told me that they were messaging him being like, bro, like, stop, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing this? And he was messaging them, who were also equally as traumatized as me, of course. They had gone through the same thing. Oh, what am I doing wrong? I'm letting people know what, you know, girls go through. Was that your job? Well, anyway, yeah, that all happened a couple of months into me being no contact with him. And yeah, he was arguing with Ray and Senna while they're trying to be like, bro, like, stop, like, you're making it worse. He finished talking about my stuff and then reacted to Senna and Ray's whole stream where they were crying, addressing their communities, made sure to react to that, and then immediately went offline. So yeah, that was a terrible weekend.
I remember this.
I got threatened to be stabbed, and then the next day, my weird ex was going live trying to self-insert so that he could make sure to farm his own clips. After that incident, his attempts to talk to me only ramped up, which I showed those texts. We went back to Japan, and during that trip, he was texting, calling me, trying to call me quite a lot, begging me to take him back. And at the same time, I heard that he was reaching out to quite a few other streamers who know both of us. And he was crying to them about how he wanted to get back together and how he thought someday we would reconnect and eventually get married. I don't think he even meant that, but I hope not. But I assume he did that with the hope that they would relay the messages back to me since I wasn't talking to him. And, I mean, some of them did.
Yeah.
I also had a couple other streamers report to me that he would obsessively watch my stream and not in a like, oh, I wonder what Emmy's doing right now way, or like having my stream open. Like, he would be obsessively and attentively hate watching my stream, like watching my stream and just saying horrible things almost every time that I've been live this year. And they'd tell me that he would want to discuss how he believed I still wanted him. Interesting, considering I never replied. And he would ask other guys if they thought I had slept with anyone this year. They'd be like, I don't fucking know, man. And then they told me he would say stuff like, no, there's no way she's done that. She's not like that. And she's probably waiting for me.
Oh my gosh.
Really fucking gross stuff like that.
What
and
the
a couple
fuck?
of streamers in LA also told me that he was telling people that me and him still talk all the time, but we simply weren't together anymore because I was too mature and I was not ready. I was too immature. But yeah, you couldn't see from the messages I showed.
Yeah, she was the immature one. Mm-hmm. Likely story, buddy.
I'm not sure if, like, I mean, people can go back and read them. He was begging me to take him back for the majority of this year, which was 7 or 8 months total. And like I said, some of those messages were even, I believe, ChatGPT. Not that it really matters, it's just interesting, right? As of today, it's been about 2 months since he has attempted to contact me directly. I think because about 2 months ago was when he started kind of getting scared that I might have been like...
No, I saw he's live. I don't think I'm gonna watch it tonight. I might. Sorry, I'm texting my sister. I don't think I'm gonna watch it tonight, and I don't know if the VOD, like him explaining it, is gonna get posted. But if it gets posted, I will react to the whole thing.
Telling people things, which again, I wasn't going out of my way to do it, but if anyone ever asked me, I wasn't gonna lie to them. I mentioned this,
which I'm assuming it's gonna get posted
started,
because he's trying to do PR work, you know.
Like fully telling the story. I heard from my friends, other streamers, and my employees that he had cooked up a plot that if I ever tried to talk about him, like about the abuse or anything else, he would try to go live and say that I killed my rabbits. And I was told that he approached several streamers who were around us a lot when we lived together and asked if they would basically back him up, and they refused. Obviously, they're not insane. And even something happened this weekend at TwitchCon. One of my employees told me he went up to them and he threatened them, saying, if Emmy ever tries to talk about me, I will destroy her.
Yeah.
Whatever that means. And within the same night, he also texted one of my best friends, and he would have known that I would have been with this girl. He texted her saying, hey, worried about her, hope she's okay. You know, right after he just said to my employee and other people that he was gonna try to destroy my life. Yeah, all in the same night. And, yeah, that was Saturday, so that pretty much leads us to today. Feel like it's clear I've spent the last year of my life, cutting him off and building a new life with people that actually care about me, and doing my best to move on peacefully without causing any drama. I did not want to do this. A lot of other creators actually told me that after his other allegations in 2022, if I wasn't the first person to stand up for him and start appearing on his channel again, they do not think that they would have gone back to helping him with his content.
That's fair.
So I always tried to keep things private, always tried to make things better, had hope that things would get better.
Yo, let me break it down for your eyes. These... Wait, what? Or not true, and that he is in a bad mental space. He has like 42k people in chat praising him. Oh my days, oh my days. I'm proud of you for coming out. I'm proud of you on my day. Stop your accountability. What? I know you said, like, I'm good at reading chat when there's typos, but I have no idea what the fuck you said in that at all. W accountability? I don't know. Like, none of that made sense to me, so I don't know what accountability you're talking about.
You know, tried to be supportive.
I'm so sorry.
My thanks that I got for all of that was abuse and resentment. And for all of 2025, all of this year, harassment and hatred from him and his community, while he was the whole time secretly begging for me to take him back behind the scenes. I've taken a lot of steps already. As I said, it's apparent. I've taken a lot of steps to restructure my life and be a lot more careful about who I help and who I invest my time and my care into. And I'm doing a lot better now, but I felt like this was a necessary stream because, like I said at the very beginning, I have heard that he has done things to other people that aligned with some of my own experiences, so I felt like it would be wrong for me to keep holding on to all this information. I know I stayed for way too long, and I thought that I could help, and I unfortunately learned that I couldn't, but I worked really hard.
He said that all the allegations are wrong and he wishes her the best, but was in a bad mental space, so he was kinda toxic. Kinda is an understatement. And if you're in a... Oh, people are glazing him saying W accountability. Yeah. Well, that's expected. Because there's so many people that love him too much that they're not willing to see that he's a bad person. No matter who says it, no matter who comes out against him, they're never gonna believe. So, yeah, he wishes the best for her, but he was in a bad mental state. Yeah, that's not a fucking excuse. You being in a bad mental state means take yourself out of the fucking situation. Just stop being in the situation that you're in then. Stop giving a fuck at that point. That's the problem with him, is he gives too much of a fuck. If he would have just not gave a fuck about what people were saying, none of this horrible shit would have happened.
To have the life that I have now with my friends, my family, my pets.
It's
and my
all
community.
jealousy.
And I'm so grateful for how things are now. It was very difficult, but I'm very proud
This
of
is what the
myself and
internet does to
choices that I
people
did
with
to
weak
end up
minds.
where I am now. And yeah, that's that's my story of dealing with abuse, psychological and domestic abuse, sexual assault, and stalking, and being threatened on if, you know, I ever talked about it. And this whole time, it's been kind of hidden in plain sight, away from hundreds of thousands of people. And, yeah. I know that me saying all of this probably isn't gonna make him or what's left of his community leave me alone, but sorry, voice crack. I know talking about this probably won't make him or probably won't make him or what remains of his community leave me alone, but I'm at least glad that people will be aware of all of this now, and I won't have to feel like I'm hiding a terrible dark secret anymore. And it's all out there now.
The video is
And
only 40
I
minutes.
also want to make
Is it the Mizkif stream? Did he already end stream? Oh. Is the VOD public?
And drank every single night just to
Shut the fuck up. Oh, it is public. I might watch that right after this.
make it clear that not everyone that I interact with or that I'm friends with knew the extent of the things that were happening.
So
And a lot of
here's the
streamers-
problem is I also have go back to YouTube, bro. Not my account. Iced coffee hour. I want to get to this before they eventually probably delete the podcast, because he was on the Graham Stephan podcast, and this was 6 days ago. But it's also 2 hours. I'm feeling like they're probably gonna delete this by tomorrow, if they're not already in the process of deleting it. Also, I feel like Mizkif might be banned by tomorrow, so I don't know what to do. Do I just stay up the whole fucking night and work on this before this shit
First,
inevitably gets
didn't really
deleted?
know anything at all, but I mean, like I said before, people aren't stupid. I think it's pretty clear that a lot of people knew that things were happening, and like I said, you have to remember,
Download
it's
it
not
or
just
watch
me. A lot
someone
of
make a
people
video on it.
have told
Up
me that
to
they
you.
have their own,
True.
you know, grievances with him. But for the people who did know about this, thank you for being there for me through all of this.
It's
and
really not that
supporting me
deep
and
though.
cheering me on. And there were a lot of people as well who, even though they didn't know anything, without asking any questions, they still were very kind and supportive, and I will always remember that for the rest of my life. I also want to say, just so people know, that I'm not just trying to like put this out there and then, you know, I am already in the process of filing a
Bro, I don't know what you're saying in my chat, okay? Like, I'm sorry, I don't know what you're saying.
restraining order on him in both Texas and California. And I also wanted to say that I would not be surprised if he tries to sue me for the stream that I did today and for coming out about him. Not because he thinks that he would win, but for PR reasons.
No, so what he did for PR reasons was just go live for 40 minutes and say that everything that you were saying was wrong. Apparently. But yeah, that's basically the end of that. I'm sure more is going to come out eventually from both sides. So we'll just see how that plays out. over the next week or so, or how many other POVs we get from other people. But yeah, that's the end of this video. Damn, that's a 2-hour long video. It's gonna get posted to YouTube if you want to watch the whole thing. Bro might be the unemployed final boss. True. But yeah, if you got anything out of this, like and subscribe. I will see y'all later.